Although yoga encourages overall health and wellness, and the techniques demonstrated within this program are designed for people of all skill levels, consult your physician before beginning any new exercise program.
Hi, welcome to Mind Body. I'm Susan Foxley, a certified life coach and a registered yoga instructor. I help people live healthier, happier lives. And here's the key. Fitness is not just physical. It's emotional, mental, even spiritual for some people. It's about happiness and health, mind and body. Let's get started. Today, our show is called Give Me Some Space. We're going to create some space in the body, the mind, and the soul today. And we have Keith joining us today and Jana joining us today. So go grab your mat and let's create some space. Go ahead and lie down, please. And in Savasana, we're going to bring the legs a little wider and the arms like Keith and Jana are doing and just create some space. You're worth it. And as you rest in Savasana, close your eyes from top to bottom and let your eyes just sink deeply into their sockets, please. And just release your lower jaw from your upper jaw. Softening your shoulders, please. Your upper arms, your forearms. Feel the space between your fingers. And just notice the rise and fall of your belly, the expansion and contraction of your ribs. As you let your legs just drop down, notice the space between all of your toes. And take a big inhale through your nose. And hold and exhale through the mouth. Inhale and exhale. One more inhale and exhale. And interlace your thumbs, please, and bring your arms over your head. Hips to fingers go up, stretch up, and then bring your feet together. Big toes touching, and push your heels away from your fingers and your fingers away from your heels. Get as much space in your body as you can, please. Hips to heels go back, hips to fingers go up. Push one heel more and then push the other heel more, alternating, creating space in your body. Long inhalations, please, and long exhalations, focusing on your breath. Beautiful. And then from here, slowly and carefully hug both knees into your chest. Give yourself a big hug, creating space in your lower back. Really nice. Interlace the thumbs the opposite way. Stretch your heels, please. Heels away from your fingers. Fingers away from your heels, and give yourself another big hug, please. Really nice. Let's loosen up the body, please. Take your hands behind your head. Take your right elbow to your left knee and straighten your right leg, please. And then the other side. And go ahead and alternate. And as you kick your foot, it's creating space in your hips. So keep alternating and breathing. And Keith and Jana are going to keep bicycling. And I'm going to give people at home an alternative. If you're having issues with your shoulders and you're having issues with your upper body, for seniors, this is just fine to just do the legs. This is really good just to do the legs, just bicycling the legs as you rest the spine. This is perfect. This really loosens up the hips, and we're creating space between the pelvis and the femur. And just keep breathing. So if it's tricky to get your elbows to your knees, just go ahead and kick your legs out and bicycle your legs, creating space in the hips. Long inhalations and long exhalations. Really nice. Let's go ahead and hug the knees into the chest. Beautiful. And then go ahead and do these arms that look like cactuses, and then bring the knees to the right and look over to the left, and just stack your knees and your ankles and let them rest down on top of each other as you gaze over your left shoulder. Just a gentle twist. We're creating space in the body. Long inhalations and long exhalations. Noticing the space between your inhales and your exhales. Really nice. Bringing the knees up, and bring the knees over to the left, please. Looking over your right shoulder. Stacking your knees and your ankles, please. Noticing your inhales and your exhales. Really nice. Noticing the space between your inhales and your exhales. Go ahead and the knees up, please. Hug your knees. And then from here, go ahead and bring your arms way out to spread and open your lungs. Straighten your legs out. Reach your right leg up to the ceiling. Spread those yummy toes to create space between your toes. Bring that right leg to your left hand and look over the right, please. Creating space in your lower back. Looking over your right shoulder. Returning back to the breath. Feel free to even drop the foot down if you choose. Reach the right leg back up, please. And drop that foot down. And bring the left leg up. Reach it way up. Spread those toes. Bring that left foot to your right hand, please. And look over your left shoulder. Really nice, jhana. Long inhalations and long exhalations. Bringing that leg back up, please. Drop that foot down and reach your right leg up to the ceiling again, please. And go ahead and twist over. Long inhalations and long exhalations. This is really nice to create space in your lower back. Beautiful. If you're having a little bit of sciatica issues, this is a perfect pose to prevent sciatica. Bring the leg back up and come down. And other side, lift your left leg up and go ahead and bring that leg over. Really nice, Keith. And look over your left shoulder. Beautiful. Returning back to your inhales and back to your exhales. Come on up. Let's try that one more time. Bring your right leg up, please. And twist. In yoga, we say we're as young as our spine. We do a lot of twists in yoga. It's really good for your back. Come on up. And other side. Left leg up and twist. Long inhalations and long exhalations. I was doing this pose yesterday while I was teaching my 86-year-old client. This is her favorite pose. This releases any tension in her lower back. Go ahead and bring the leg back up, please. And then from here, interlace the thumbs over your head again. Push your heels away from your fingers and your fingers away from your heels. Belly button into the spine, please. And then from here, go ahead and hug both knees. Give yourself a big hug and notice how that creates space in your lower back. Just hugging your knees is so delicious. Straighten your left leg, please. Keep your right knee hugged. Really nice. Now from here, I'm going to get up and give Keith a belt because sometimes it's really nice to use a belt. If you don't need a belt, Jana's going to grab her big toe and bring that foot not towards her face, but right above her hip, and take your left hand onto your left thigh. And if you have a belt at home, you can use a tie, you can use a belt, anything you want, and place that really nice. And then try to straighten the knee as much as you can. And then you're going to try to bring that right hip towards your left heel. Take that right hip, the outer right hip, nice, Keith, to your left heel. That looks really nice. And creating space and pushing that femur away from your face, trying to straighten the knee as much as you can. This is a really good pose for not only your lower back, but for your knee. As my clients age, they have a very hard time straightening their knees. So really push your heel up to the heavens and try to straighten that knee even more if you can, please. And then bring that heel out to the side. And as you bring that heel out to the side, take your left hand onto your thigh to anchor that thigh down. And always flexing that left heel. Beautiful. And extending that heel away from you. That looks really nice. Stay there and breathe. Beautiful, Jana. Beautiful, Keith. And then go ahead and bring the heel back up. And here, if you have sciatic pain, do not do this pose. Stay here. But if you don't have sciatic pain, feel free to bring your nose to your knee. Come on up. And then come back down. And then come back up. Beautiful. And come back down. And then come back up. Beautiful. And come back down. If you have sciatic pain, this is not so great for you. And then slowly and carefully, let's do happy baby, half happy baby, just on one side. And you can grab the inner foot or the outer foot, yogi's choice. And then you can place this hand on the thigh and breathe into that hip. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Nice, Keith. Nice, Norjana. Just release that and hug your knee. Give it a big hug. Really nice. And then let's go ahead and straighten that leg out. And let's just hug the opposite leg. Give that leg a big hug as you iron that right leg into the earth. Hug the left leg. And Norjana will grab the big toe. And I'll come and give Keith the belt. So if you have a belt at home, go ahead and grab it. And again, try to bring that that outer left hip down towards your right heel to create space in that femur. And then ironing this leg into the earth. That looks really nice. Trying to straighten the knee. Bringing that outer left hip towards your right heel. And then we'll just open it out to the side. Again, this is really good if you have lower back problems or sciatica. I would say this is the number one pose if you have back issues. I recommend my clients doing this in bed even before they get out of bed in the morning, just to loosen up that lower back. And feel free to use a belt if you need. And then go back to center. And go ahead and take a big inhale and exhale, nose to knee, come on up. Nice, Keith. And slowly come on down. And then come on up. And come on down. And one more. Come on up. And slowly release for half happy baby. Nice work. And from here, and bring that hand right onto the thigh to ground the thigh. Beautiful work. Breathing into those hips. This is really nice if you have a job where you're sitting on a chair all the time. Or one of my clients, this saves her because she's in her car pressing the gas and the brakes with her right foot. And this really helps her, the happy baby pose, for her hips. And then slowly and carefully hug that knee into your chest. Nice work, Keith. Nice work, Jana. And then from here, give yourself a big hug. And then go ahead and interlace the thumbs over your head and stretch, stretch, stretch. Hips to heels, go down. Hips to fingers, go up. Really nice. And then hug your knees into your chest, please. And then from here, bring your feet hip distance apart. Take your hands onto your thighs and push your thighs away from you. Belly button into your spine as you do this pose. You'll notice there's a little traction. You're creating space in your lower back. Really nice. And then from here, release that and take your right ankle, keep your left foot grounded, take your right ankle onto your left thigh and push that knee away from you. And that's going to create some space. And just remember to flex your right heel because that'll protect your right knee. And then from here, take your hands, please, and grab your left thigh. And go ahead. This is called threading the needle. Some people enjoy grabbing the left shin if you'd like for a deeper stretch here. Always honoring yourself, and then just breathe into that hip. Inhale through your nose and out through your nose. Big breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And slowly release that. Bring your left foot down onto the ground, and then go ahead and bring your right foot down and bring your left ankle on top of your right thigh and push that left knee away from your face to create space. Flex that left Achilles tendon to protect your left knee. Take your hand, please, and grab your right thigh. And go ahead, and this is so good for people with jobs where they're sitting in chairs or they're on their feet all day long. Really good to keep those hips loose. And go ahead and hug, and then go ahead if you want and grab your shin or calf and snuggle in a little tighter if you want, if you're comfortable here. And then inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Creating a lot of space in the hips. And then slowly bring that right foot down, and then bring your left foot down, and again push those thighs away from you. Belly button into your spine. Big hug. And then from here, let's go to the full happy baby. You're going to grab your big toes or whatever you can and come into a full happy baby, pushing your knees down, the bottoms of the feet, the ceiling, and just breathe into your hips. Really nice. And then hug your knees. Give yourself a big hug. Now from here, roll to your right side. Take your left hand to come up to a seated position. And from here, let's go ahead and come into butterfly. Bring the hands behind your buttocks to get really tall, creating space in the body. Go ahead and lift the knees and then lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. One of the numbers, step one of my workshop is called Clear and Clean. And it's about getting rid of your negative thoughts. And it's also about clearing and cleaning negative things in your life. Getting rid of things that don't feel good in your life. Clearing that stuff out. Creating space in your body, your mind, your soul, and creating stuff in your life that no longer serves you. Creating space. Take breaks during the day and close your eyes and find that time to meditate. Create space for you. Press the pause button. And then go ahead and grab your big toes, please. And then from here, I like pushing my elbows onto my inner thighs as I come down, just for a gentle stretch in my hips. And slowly come on down and breathe into your hips. Long inhalations and long exhalations. Focusing on the breath. Long inhalations and long exhalations. And slowly come on up, please. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and straighten out the legs and come into a straight leg position, taking your hands behind your buttocks, and go ahead and lift the back ribs, lift the side ribs, iron the right leg and left leg into the earth, and get really tall here. And then from here, take your right leg over your left and give that knee a big hug. And when you do so, iron the left leg into the earth and lift through the crown of the head, please. Ground your left leg and lift through the crown. Get really tall in your spine. Take your right hand, please, behind your tailbone and just twist over to the left. Look over your right shoulder. And some of my clients like to bring their left elbow on the outside of their right knee and twist. I like to just hug my knee and and twist. So yogi's choice, whatever feels good to you. If it feels good to bring your left elbow on the outside of your right knee, do so. But get really tall as you push your right hand into the earth. Get taller. Create space between each individual vertebrae. In yoga, we're creating space in the body, creating space in the lumbar, the thoracic, the cervical vertebrae. Get really tall. Lift through the crown of the head as you iron your left leg into the earth. And then slowly take that right leg and straighten it. And let's go ahead and bring the left leg over and give that a big hug. Get really tall as you iron the right leg into the earth and lift. When I was in my 20s, I did The Artist's Way, this book by Julia Cameron, and it gave me an assignment to take myself out to dinner or to a movie once a week by myself. Bring the left hand behind you and twist. So it's really important to spend time with yourself. I know for me, I'm my own best company. I love spending time alone. I love taking myself out to dinner alone. I love walking alone. I love company and I love going out with my husband. But I do have to say I am my own best company. I love spending time by myself. I love my own company. So take time for yourself. Create space for you. Create space for you. Go ahead and iron your right leg into the earth and lift through the crown of the head and twist a little deeper. Lifting your spine, lift your back ribs, lift your side ribs, and twist a little more, creating space. This is really great for people with any kind of sciatic problems or lower back issues. Twisting. And this also cleaning, this cleanses the liver, the kidneys, and the spleen. Twist, cleanse the digestive system, the liver, the kidneys, the spleen, and we're also clearing out our minds of any negative thoughts. Flick it fast like a burning ember. The longer you keep a burning ember on your sleeve, the more damage it does. Go ahead and unravel, straighten that leg, and let's go ahead and interlace the thumbs over our head. Reach up, go up, look up, reach up, and then go ahead and grab your feet, and if you need a belt, use a belt, please. And go ahead and look up, find a little bit of the back bend in your forward bend, and then go ahead and come down. And for people that have lower back issues, forward bends can be kind of challenging. So I'm going to give you an alternative if you have lower back issues. So Nora, Jana, and Keith are going to stay in the forward bend. And for those people that have lower back issues, forward bends can be make your lower back a little cranky. So I'm going to put you in diamond pose. Diamond pose is like Baddha Konasana, but your feet are a little bit away from you, like butterfly pose. And you're just going to bring your face into your feet and just rest there. And this is really nice. Calms down the mind. So go ahead, if you have lower back issues, come into diamond pose. And just relax the space between the eyebrows. Soften your temples, your cheeks, your jaw. Relax the shoulders, the upper arms, forearms, hands, and fingers. Relax your heart, your belly, your buttocks, your legs, your feet and toes. And then from here, Come out of that, please. And then from here, we're just going to come into a wide V position. Straighten out your legs really wide. We're creating space. Take your hands behind your buttocks and lift the back ribs, lift the side ribs, and push the heels away from you. Now, this is wonderful for lower back issues to create space in the body. Now again, if you have lower back issues, I wouldn't recommend going forward, but those that don't have back issues, you can go ahead either and grab your big toes and come forward, or you can walk your fingertips forward. Yogi's choice. I like grabbing my big toes, so whatever feels comfortable for you, and then just come forward. Iron your legs into the earth and stretch forward. Long inhalations and long exhalations, or you can just go ahead and crawl your arms forward. Just always honor yourself. Remember, your kneecaps are facing up, so if your kneecaps had eyeballs, make sure the kneecaps are facing up and they're not rolling in. And really extend through your heels. Spread your toes. Really nice. And then slowly and carefully come on up, please. Come back to butterfly. Bottoms of the feet together. Take your hands behind your buttocks. And then go ahead and lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and lie down on our backs, hugging the knees into our chest. Give yourself a big hug. And then from here, bring your feet hip distance apart. Go ahead and do those funny cactus arms again. And then bring your right leg over your left. And now you can hug your knees into your chest. And then from here, bring the knees, go ahead and bring the knees out to the left and look to over your, it's just the other way, Keith. Yeah, there we go. And twist and look over the right shoulder. Beautiful. And you can, like Keith is doing, taking that left hand onto the knee and pushing that down for a deeper twist. And again, this is creating space in your lower back. It's also a really nice stretch for my right shoulder because it's hard for me to get my right shoulder down to the ground. It wants to come up. So I really have to work on bringing that right shoulder down as I bring my knees over to the left. And just breathing into your lower back. Come on up, please. And just go ahead and bring the left leg over the right. Hug your knees into your chest first. And then drop your knees out to the right, please. And look over your left shoulder. And you can take your right hand onto your knees if you want for a deeper twist. Really nice, Jana. And then looking over your left shoulder. And just breathing into your hips. Long inhalations and long exhalations. This pose alone really helps my clients. One of my clients, she would just do this in the morning in bed before getting out of bed, and it saved her lower back. Just this one move. Go ahead and come on up, please. And then hug your knees into your chest. And then from here, really wide Savasana. Open your arms, open your legs, and take space. You deserve it. You are worthy. You are worthy of creating space in the world. You are enough. You are more than enough. You deserve creating space for you in your life. I know for me, I tend to take care of everyone in my life. I was a single mother for years, taking care of my son, taking care of my clients, that I sometimes left the house without packing my own lunch. And I'd go to work without any food. I packed my son's lunch. I made sure everyone else was taken care of, and I came last. So you deserve it. Take space for you. Take yourself out to a movie or out to a restaurant. Take space. You deserve it. You are enough. You are worthy. So just relax, and you deserve it. Create space. As you quiet and let go, just notice the space between your fingers and your toes. Notice the space between your eyes, and the space around your heart. Thank you for joining me. Remember, fitness is not just physical, it's mind and body. I'm Susan Foxley, and you can learn more about my books, my workshops, and life coaching at susanfoxley.com, or connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. See you next time. And one more thing, always, always, always go where the love is. Namaste.